Hello, Rascal?
Yes, sir.
Dude, how is it going?
Not too bad.
Nice, nice. So, let me know when you can see my screen. You know how this works, right? I assume.
Uh, kind of.
Okay,
I can see
so
it.
what do we what rank is this and what are we trying to focus on here?
I'm plat one, I think. Yes, yes, that is true. Um, let's see here. So for this game, honestly, I feel like I made a few mistakes.
Hmm.
Um, Nothing major until probably at the very end, but
Okay, okay.
uh, it seems it seems like it's close to a little bit of a winnable game. So lanes were a little bit heavy, but I feel like there's a way that either I didn't see, but because it felt like for a good period of time we're doing all right. But
So you just want me to mention what I see in general, just like
yeah,
everything. All right, all right. That was a really nice cue. This is an overextension though, I think. Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So, um, when you begin laning, right?
Hmm.
This is gonna sound obvious, and I'm sure you know this, but you always want to think about like the lane, right? Like who's my support, who's their support, what am I playing, what are they playing, and
Hmm.
you also want to figure out how do you like win, quote unquote, like how do you win trades, how do you win all ins.
Hmm.
So can you tell me how Thresh and how does Thresh win a fight, real quick?
Usually, from my experiences from playing Thresh, and I try to kind of 1v2 lane. I'll walk up on either ADC or support, fly him in, let my ADC get some autos in. I think this guy's running Thunderlords. I've seen him a lot switch between Thunderlords and Courage. I think he's running Thunderlords. So he'll walk up, auto, E, auto, and get and it's a Thunderlords proc, and kind of work with the minions and ADC to kind of pull one person forward.
Yeah, that's how I see it, right? Like you said, he lands his flay, gets some autos in, and he hooks, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
two big things are the flay and the hook, right? Because if he
Mm-hmm.
misses, is they're gonna automatically lose, right?
Yep, yep.
So for Twitch, what's his biggest strength for his abilities?
Just getting his dot on, and I think he took Sponge level one.
Exactly, exactly, right?
So yeah, just extended trade.
Like the expunge, right? Level 6 stack expunge is very strong, and then Lucian is right auto plus Q, and Karma's landing
Mm-hmm.
her Qs, right? So when I see this, um, you have a really good Q, but the chase here for the double shot, this is like you already won the trade, so now you need to run because if you when you fight this, your like trade condition, half of your like trade is already done, right?
Okay.
Now all you have is a double shot, right? But on the other side, this Twitch still can expunge. So all he has to do is like hit you once and expunge, and you've already lost this continuation, if that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
All this stuff earlier where you hit them with Qs was like really good. Like this is really good, but here when you keep going, you've like this is like considered a lost trade. Although
Okay.
you may like be able to justify it by saying you have like more potions than him, but I
Mm-hmm.
always I always think it's just super dangerous to go for fights that aren't like super obvious, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but anyways, so far so good. That was just like a minor point, but okay, nice, nice. Level 2 power spike, as per usual. That was good. That was good. That was very good, right? He couldn't he
Uh-huh.
couldn't respond. He was still level 1. Who are the junglers?
It's nearly versus Iron.
Okay, okay, I see.
I
So
think I have
Lily
a
can actually come down here pretty early.
yeah. I think she is here, and I think what I wind up doing is because just from the way the support is, kind of AFK, and I'm like, all right, hopefully she's going to ward here, and she's not. So I'm like, all right,
Okay, okay, hold up. A few things to mention.
okay.
Not sure if you know this, but when it comes to all-in supports like Thresh, Blitz, Alistar, Braum, and range supports like Karma, Nami, Zyra, Malzahar, whatever, usually these guys want to keep the lane in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why?
Just so they can actually fight.
Well, not only that, but they can force fights a lot
Mm-hmm.
easier than at your tower or at their tower,
Mm-hmm.
because they can chase you down and then land a skill shot because if their minions are in the middle, there's space on the ends of the lane which they can
Mm-hmm.
like throw their all in abilities, right? So whenever I see like ranged support versus melee support or all in versus like poke sustain whatever, You always want to have like a game plan in mind. So here, if I was you, my game plan would be, yo, I gotta push them in until they try and gank me. And it'll be very obvious when they gank me because Thresh starts running at you immediately, right?
Yeah.
He can't do that all the time because if he does, he gets poked down and then the all-in doesn't even work because he has no health, right? So if you push him in, you know 100% when they're going to do it because he starts running at you. But if it's in the middle, he can dance back and forth and you have no idea. So it's like super hard. And if it's at your tower, it's like not bad, but it is possible to get dove, right? So my my game plan would be to push us in. So here, I think you should push us in before you go ward, right?
Okay.
What you want is you want their jungle to gank you, as long as you can't die, right? You want their jungler to gank you, and the reason why you want the jungler to gank you is because that means he's not ganking another lane, right? So if he ganks you and you escape just by using flash or heal or both sums or whatever, if you escape reasonably well, like no one dies, that's a win for your team because now Ivern can do whatever hell he wants.
Right.
So I would say because like if you by going by going to ward here, they could immediately push, and that's not what you want, because then the wave's in the middle. So you wanna shove them in and then go do stuff, right? Because if you the counter argument to this is why you try and push, they engage on you. You'll know because he starts running at you, right? So okay, let's continue on. Okay. You still don't know where Nid is, right? Okay, so when I see this, you really want the cannon, right? So
yeah, I mean, that was totally to get the word out.
I mean, I guess, but what if Nid was like right here? You guys would die, right? Okay. Let's go back to another point. This is most common with high platinum and low diamond players. So it's not just you. They use abilities when they shouldn't, if that makes sense. The abilities they use is like not bad, but it's also not good. So using abilities to get like cannon minion, yo, that's like, it seems good, right? Because you're getting like hella money and stuff, right? Like cannon's important, but what's more important is keeping yourself safe or getting high value out of your abilities, right? So even though you got this cannon, and you only had to do this because you went to ward first. Even though you got this, what if Nid was right here? Thresh flash ignited you, and you have no E, right? So then you flash, you're slowed, he hooks you, and you lose, right? 2v3. Be very careful about using any ability, especially dashes, right? I would say this is acceptable if you know where Nid is, but you don't. And after you use a dash, he can hook you, right? So it's like, be very careful when you use abilities. Like, whenever, this is my rule for players that are not masters yet. You only use dash abilities to kill someone, to escape with your life, or to dodge ability, like dodge a hook. That's acceptable, right? But using it for like damage, if you're not going to kill them, is like very risky. So my golden rule for dashes, like Lucian dash, S0 E, all that kind of stuff, is use it to kill, escape, or dodge something. Because here it just turns poorly, right? So now you guys can't. When something like this happens, I learned this recently, but whenever you take like a trade like this, it seems okay, right? You guys are like equal health, and it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't great. So now, what's the game plan? You wanted to push them in, right? That's like the ideal, but now you can't do that because Nid can 1v2 you guys since you're so low. So that's why you got to be careful of using your abilities with like lower value than they should be, right? Because now this is gonna be in the middle of the wave no matter what you do. You can't fight this Thresh because you have no health. Actually Nid's coming right now. See that? So now if they're smart, they can freeze this. You guys have the back, and then you lose like 12 CS. So that's a problem with stuff like that. So you guys actually can't do anything, right? You need like Ivern, you need something, and that's not good for your team. Yeah. So right, exactly. So this is going well though.
Yeah, I think we're gonna double kill him.
Okay, hold on. Let's back it up. Even though the result is good, you should always it's not always about the result, if that makes sense, right? It's about playing ideally. Like if they played that perfectly, I'm pretty sure they could have lived there. But it's a move point because you guys did win this. But just be very careful. Like if Ivern wasn't here, for example, could have been very bad. So
I think I think because I saw Ivern in the river, we saw Nidalee, and I think my mindset was Ivern's nearby, so we can turn this. So that's when I tried to draft out Ward, and then Ivern kind of like runs in circles for a little bit, and then he's a little bit late, and I just kind of die. We double kill and works out, but that was the idea that I had in mind. Because I'm like, we can fight this, like if he's here, but he's kind of.
I mean, okay, if you had that in mind, then that's good, right? That's very good then. You just want to be careful of situations like that. But yeah, that was good. Did you buy more pots? Hold up, let's back it up. Let's talk about pots. So I would suggest not buying so many potions, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
How do I put this? Potions are good versus bot lanes that have poke. For example, Karma or Azara or Malzahar, but less so against like Thresh. Like, when are you ever gonna use this pot? Like, maybe you're thinking I should trade hard with Thresh. I mean, trade hard with Twitch and then like pot up, but that's not a great strategy, if that makes any sense. The game plan is still maybe the game plan's changed because you have no flash, but you still theoretically want to push them in. You never really want to trade, right? You want to poke. You're like a trade. When you trade, he guarantees a hook because you have no flash. Theoretically, like if they have a jungler, for example, and you're pushing up and you trade, then you can't win. So you shouldn't be looking to trade unless you're just really looking to poke, honestly. Middle of the waves in the middle, so it's like kind of scary. Nid's just jerking off in your side of the lane, right? So
yeah.
It's good for you guys because she's wasting her time. So, right, like when are you ever gonna use potions here? Like if you try and trade with him here, you're gonna lose the trade so hard that it's not worth, right? So, instead of potions, I would suggest buying a pink ward and putting it at like the safe position where they won't kill it immediately, like up here. That way you'll know if they try and ward over for seeing a gank or like something like that, right? On blue side, it would be in this tri bush or your own red bush, right? On this side, it would be right where that blast cone is or this tri bush up here. Yeah, this is just farming on the tower, right? This is fine. Nice try. Cannon Wave, yeah. Nid's still down here, kind of.
Yeah, she's in the area. In
this kind of situation, I like what you're doing here. You can't really push this fast enough, so there's no point really pushing it fast enough. So getting all this farm is really good. You're just really waiting for Karma to try and poke them down, and making sure you don't get hooked. That's how you win. So maybe you can bait here because Ivern, right? I see you're baiting here, but they're not taking it, so they know he's here, right? Okay, what's going on here? Okay,
yeah, they go for it.
Wow. So I see this. You leave your support. He's dead no matter what you do.
Okay.
Does he have flash? Even if he doesn't have flash, there's nothing you can do to help him. Right?
Yeah, I think he's actually flashing right now. Yeah, I think he's just dead to right.
You see this.
Nidalee now.
Right.
Yeah.
You just get out. So if you turn around to auto attack once, it's like really sad. Right. So losing distance here. Yeah. He there's nothing you can do there. So that was good. It's good that you live. No matter what, you must live. That's like the golden rule of ADC. So here they're just gonna try and like do some shit to you.
Yeah, Twitch got stealth up. Yeah. At this point, I thought Nidalee moved behind me.
Right, that was a good E, cause you would know. Yeah, that was a good E, cause you dodged something, right? So the E before was good, cause you escaped with your life, right? That's how I like judge abilities, right? How much value did you get from it? Okay, nice, good farm. Gotta be careful of like the Twitch and the Thresh as per usual. Right? Are you building like Blade of the Ruined King or Ghost Blade? Okay.
Pork first, yeah.
So if you don't push this next wave, you're gonna lose 6 CS. Okay, we can talk about this. This is like this is interesting because you're playing against a Twitch, and sometimes this can be dangerous. But if you here, you have a few options, right? You can hard push this, but you can't push it fast enough to get to their tower. So they're gonna freeze. They're gonna freeze the cannon wave. You can slow push this, but if they come back in force, the item difference might be big enough for them to like fight under your minions, and that could also be bad. So your third option is to back right now, and you'll lose some minions, but not too many. Here I would probably go for the last hit make a huge wave, and then push the next wave, right? When in doubt, you should last hit. So
Okay.
here I will last hit this, kill everything but the cannon, and then when the next wave comes, kill everything as fast as you can and run. Right?
Okay.
Sometimes sometimes might not work against Twitch because he can like force a fight by going up invisible.
just
But I'm
walk
pretty
up
sure you
on
can
you.
live because you can just eat away, right?
Mhm.
But if you watch this here, you have like, not counting this melee minion that's dead, a cannon and 3 ranged, and they can freeze this. So you lose 6 minions. It's very, very, very watch out for that. Pretty much.
Okay.
If you ever want to work on wave control, if that makes any sense, I would suggest thinking about when exactly do you want to back. Like, the way I think about it is sometimes I'll look at my mini map and see where my cannon wave is, and I'll be like, all right, I want to push this and then back when their cannon wave is coming, something like that. So let's see what ends up happening. Right. Not much you can do. You gotta wait for karma.
Mhm.
That's fine. That's completely fine. Here, you're trying to bait, right? It seems good. Seems
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's good. That's a good. I thought, right? If he takes the bait, he'll lose.
Yeah. I remember karma. On the
Okay,
wire.
this is a questionable gank. Wow, they had no idea. Okay, not bad. Good that you aimed the Thresh because he has the lantern, right? Obvious. Okay. He's gonna win this no matter what.
Mhm. So you can tell because he was both the summoners, but we at least got killed and can push into a tower.
Let's see. Honestly, I think the way you play this is fine. I don't really have any qualms. I'll say it was fine. It was good enough. Well, actually, if you wanna nitpick,
Sure.
how much do you know about Lucian combos? Have you seen Double Lift's Pocket Pig video?
Yes.
Okay, so that's actually exactly what you want to do here. When you want to auto E, auto Q, auto, right?
Mhm.
But this is like the wrong order, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Because you Q first. You Q first, and then you do the E, right? It's just a small thing, but I don't think that should be your focus right now. It's just that if you want to come back to this video and watch it later, maybe you could like work on that in the practice tool.
Sure.
The reason why you want to do that is because you can get your passive and Q at the same time instead of like shooting a Q with no passives coming out. If that makes any sense, right?
Yeah.
You always want to
get
auto
extra
cancel Q.
autos.
Yeah, exactly, right. So, but honestly, I think it's like okay at this level. Oh, okay, what's going on here?
And we get our
Okay,
flash.
okay. So this goes back to the idea of using your E to kill, escape, or dodge something, right? So obviously you're like, okay, we need to do as much damage as needed because it's free, right? But oftentimes if you save your E for the last thing, you'll always like catch them with the last auto attack, if that makes any sense. You pretty much you want to save it as your trump card. This is your trump card. You want to use everything else first, unless you're planning on like dashing first to get like another dash and like a team fight. But that's like honestly, that's still not very safe for like that's still not a safe option, honestly. But when I see this, I'm thinking you should just W first, auto E, auto, right? Because the other way around is also still slower. So like E auto W auto. You always want to use E after auto attacks, pretty much. So that's just like another mechanics thing. But we can fast forward this. Okay, push and then back, right? So
Yeah.
good. Nice, perfect. Exactly what I would have done. Still might want to buy the pink ward, right? I don't want to like go back to this too often, but notice how you have like a lot of pots left, right?
Yeah.
So, just as like point in case, this is nothing to do. Like, who cares if he dies? There's nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
He's just a monkey or something.
I think I make a mistake here. Yeah, because I think I focus on farming here, and I'm like, okay, Thresh was mid.
Twitch is
My
coming
karma's
out.
there. My karma sits there. Yeah, Twitch is gonna step off of me. I'm
So-
pretty sure that
Yeah.
Thresh is gonna walk up, but I didn't realize he had mobile boots at the time.
You can get out of this.
Yeah.
If you just flash. Wasn't the worst thing that happened, but if their support can be there, you should assume they're there, right? I think this is just like a map awareness thing. When it becomes when it gets later and later, the later it gets into the game, the more unsafe it is to stay in a spot where they know you are. This is like a general thing. So say this is 50 minutes in, and you're doing this. It's a lot more dangerous than level 1, right? Because level 1, they can't kill you. There's no way they can kill you. But 50 minutes in, you just like 3-shots you, and you have to 1v1 him or 1v2 or whatever. So this is like getting closer to that point, if that makes sense. It's getting to the point where they can force a fight here, and you can die. So always want to be careful of that. If they can come for me, you should assume they're coming. You should assume they're coming for you, right? So if you wanted to do this, you would have to ward this to make sure Thresh isn't coming, or push this as fast as you can, because your Karma is doing whatever, right? What you want to do is just, if your Karma is helping another side, or she's there because your mid laner died or something, you guys can't do anything greedy on the map, because they will come and punish. So what you want to do is just kill all these things, and then wait until your team is like ready to do something. Because if you stand here, there's no one who can help you if they come for you. So.
Okay.
Okay, you can probably punish this guy. He was walking out way too far.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice. That was really good. Oh wow.
Almost got him.
Yeah, that was hot, but
I didn't even realize that Nearly was there whenever that happened, because I was so focused on.
This is good. This is still good. You've won the game, right? So when they send multiple people against you and you kill someone, that's already worth. Because your team should be able to do something with that. Well, actually, I think your Karma died. What's going on?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, okay. Maybe it wasn't as.
No, yes, I didn't even realize she was there. So I was like, okay, her and Thresh are fighting over that pink ward or whatever. So I'll just haul it into Twitch and hopefully chunk him out. And I'm like, oh, she's dead. Oh, Nearly's here. So I just try to kill Thresh just to get something back.
It was still good because you killed the Thresh, but. I would say, I mean, this is still technically good, but if you want to like nitpick again, if you see Karma, Thresh, Nidalee, whatever, and you don't kill this guy with your ult. Actually, I don't know. I don't know how you like got lucky or something. He used his Q immediately. You should have gotten him, I think, but I think this is not something to worry about. I think this is good. This is good for this level of play at least. I think it was good. That was good job. Good job.
Okay.
That was really good. Like, I mean, like they ganked you and you killed someone. That's really good. So, I was thinking maybe you could freeze this, considering the opportunity. Nope, they're gonna do dragon, so you gotta push. Okay. Well, actually, you guys aren't. Ivern is kind of lane gank. All right. So it's gonna be a 3v3 because you saw Nid bot side, or something TP might happen. Okay. This should be really good. Maybe not as good as.
I think the Karma just kind of baited a little bit too hard, and they all under, and she can't contribute very much because she mantra. I think she mantra queued, and she kind of wasn't doing anything.
That's fine. That's fine. It's not your fault. You did pretty much as you could.
Yeah. At this point, I'll take it though. Just going even, I think, is fine.
Going back to farming. All right. Oh, hold on. Backing here for what? Just because Karma's backing, I guess? I think you want to stay here. What do you have to buy?
Nothing. I don't think I actually want to buy anything. I think...
Because you lose 6 minions. Just remember that. There's always like opportunity cost for backing, right? Because that's actually like 6 minions there. If you were... Actually, I mean, like, Ninja Tabbies is kind of important. But, it's a lot of minions to lose for Ninja Tabby back. Here, you want to push this out. This Twitch is going to pop out. This is honestly, like, matchup specific. But, yeah, he's just going to do that shit every time. Right, since you guys are a poking lane, and they're an all-in lane, if they walk up to you when you can't poke them, they should theoretically win. Right?
Hello? Yes.
Is that, like, a family member in the background?
A roommate.
Nice.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You don't have Ivern. You have to be careful.
Groceries.
This is really good. I think this is really good. So, even though this Nid is coming, you can bait this Nid to come down, and it's good for your team because they're just gonna. They take top. They're gonna take the second tier. They're gonna eat this whole jungle because Nid's not there to contest. What you want to do is when I see this, you're not actually gonna kill these guys, right?
Yeah.
You need to bait them into thinking that they want to fight you, and then you leave because Nid's here. And then hold on to your ult because you need it to stop their dragon, right? So when I see this, you just back off here, right? And that's really good. Okay, wow. Wow, that's really good. And then Nid's doing dragon. You guys go mess with her. Hopefully.
Yes, I'm trying to walk
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I can tell that they're just trying to protect her and like let her do
Yasuo
it.
should be like here or something. Okay, this is. I mean, if Yasuo's not coming, that's not really your fault.
Yeah.
There may be something to do here. As long as you land your full ult, you're gonna win this fight.
Mhm.
So this is gonna be really good. Oh wow, nice, nice. The chase is dangerous because yeah. But
That happened. Yeah.
I mean, okay. Some might like say it's good to trade like this, but in general, you don't want to trade with champions that scale, right?
Mhm.
Because if you trade like 30 times, then they'll have all their items. You have all their items. You lose because they scale, right? So be mindful. Be mindful of that. Whenever you're like going for stuff like that, I think the safer option.
Just going to the thresh.
Yeah, exactly. Also, the whole mechanics thing. I don't know. I don't recommend Lucian for. Honestly, I tell people to play like easier stuff like Ashe or Jhin or whatever. Well, not even Jhin anymore, but like Ashe and Varus. But like, you could have killed him if you did like the auto Q, auto E, auto, and then ult, right? You're like losing a lot of damage here. I think. But it was like okay. I think it's an okay result. As long as it's no major mistakes so far, so that's good, right? It's so far it's okay. I don't see how you guys win this.
No, we don't.
Okay. Let me watch this real quick. Is there a way to just walk up to this thresh?
So we got to
I guess
heal.
not really. Oh yeah, you can't win this.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you can. Oh, you can win this. Oh, okay, never mind. It's fine.
Is there a way to win that?
So, when I see this, it's like kind of hard. Now you have your E up, right? So you just auto her till she gets close. Then when she pounces you, auto E, auto Q, auto. She dies, right?
Okay.
She's half health, right? So theoretically, it's possible to win this. It's just like super hard. I don't know. Lucian's just so like mechanically intensive that it's like kind of. I just never recommend him, but I think you play that fine. It's always hard to say because the champions I teach are usually stuff that's mechanically easy. Like all these mistakes so far, most of them, if that makes any sense, is just like mechanics, like ordering and stuff, right? So like when you like here. This is like that. Okay. We can talk about this. This is not a mechanics thing. This is the whole when I was talking about the E, like the golden rule, like kill someone, dodge something, or escape with your life, right? It has to meet those requirements. And then once you can do that every single game, and the rest of your like game is like good enough, you'll be masters, right? That's like the general theory. You don't need to do use your dashes for anything other than those three things in order to get masters. For mechanics wise, right? Beyond that, it's like whatever. But because like this, you guys should lose this fight when you get hooked here, right? You never want to get hit by any kind of like CC like that. It's just very. It's just like even if the result is good, it could have been a lot better, right? If pretty much, you never always avoid getting hit by stuff like this, like Thresh CC or Xerath E or anything with a stun, right? Camille E. You always want to dodge that, right? So. One tip I have for that is you save this 100% of the time until they throw that at you and then you dodge sideways, right? Like if you dodge this hook, you guarantee the win. But if you get hit by this, like I think it's possible to lose this. What if this Twitch could have been hitting you the whole time while you got hit by that? I think, right? If he was right here, he hits you, and then you guys die. You die, and then they focus Ivern. It's just like
they'll just die.
Pretty much. All your abilities need to have high value in solo queue, at the very least, right? Average value, like when I say value, I mean like, when you use an ability, what did you get out of it? And how good was it? So like Ashe Arrow, negative value is using it and you miss someone, right? Because you missed, it's on cooldown, whatever. You don't have it, right? So it's very bad. Bad value is using it on a tank. That's almost as bad as missing it, right? Because you use it on a tank that's far away and you guys can't get anything out of it. That's like really bad, right? Because it was wasted. And then good value is you hit like their TF in the middle of a fight and then he dies immediately. Instantly 4v5. You've won the fight for your team. Without anyone having to do anything, you've won by yourself. That's what we want. That's what we want. Every champion you play, that's what you're going for. So for Lucian, it's not as obvious because everything he does is damage, right? So that's why mechanics is so important for Lucian. Same with Ezreal. It's not very obvious, but because all he has are like damaging abilities. Something like Varus, you land your ult, you land your E, boom, easy. Ashe, same thing. Twitch, kill someone with your ult, easy, right? So you need a value out of your E in this case would be equal to baiting out his hook and getting a double shot passive in, right? So that's like the value of your E. You get like 3 extra auto attacks and you got his hook on cooldown. So he would have extremely bad value because his hook is needed to win the fight. So you basically countered that. That's what you really want to do on Lucian. If your E counters something like that, you should win the team fight. If your E like kills someone, that's insanely good value, right? Because you killed someone. Or if it escapes with your life, then it's good value because you still lived, right? So that's why I say those 3 things. You should always use your E for those 3 things. I mean, I guess you could say Lucian's ult is obvious value if you hit someone with it.
Yeah, if you full channel it.
Yeah, making sure you don't die to this nid. Okay, good. Playing safe. I like it. This guy is gonna come and wow. Oh.
Not worded.
Alright, nice. Okay, cool. Nice. Wow. Dude, that's just sad for him. But
And he literally didn't kill any of us there.
okay, pathing mid. This is good. The only there are a few exceptions. I don't recommend this usually because you don't need this yet. But you can use your E to like catch people if you have Blade of the Ring King or something like that, right? But here you probably can't kill this guy if he just walks away, so it's fine.
Yeah. There's no way.
Right, there's no way, right? Okay, one thing I always tell people is you should be triggered every time you see a tower or a dragon or a bear. Anytime there's an objective, always ask yourself what could go wrong. So anytime you're defending a tower, what can go wrong? Like flash, blitz hook, that's something that could go wrong. Here, I'm just like, where is everyone on the map? And you have 2 people that's not helping you. So, okay, you see Vlad, sure, that's fine. You don't know where Nid is, you don't know where Thresh is, and you don't know where Twitch is. I think that's 4, right? Yeah, so the 4, like, if they pop onto you guys, the worst that could happen is that you guys all die. Like, dying for towers is almost never worth it. Putting yourself at risk for towers is almost never worth it. Unless you know that you can't die, right? So this is how you throw. This is how most people throw in solo queue. They try and siege. You see it all the time, right? Someone tries to siege, they hit the tower and they die, and your team like spams question mark on them. It's because they're not thinking when they try and siege, right? Same with defending a tower. How many times have you seen your support try and defend a tower and they just die for free and the other team goes to Baron? Like, right?
Yeah.
As long as you don't do anything like that, then that's someone on your team not being boosted, right? So this is very dangerous in my opinion. It's just I don't see a way to take this tower. Like you guys, they're just like threatening you guys. So I'm just like very scared when stuff like this. Like oh yeah, exactly, right? So this is the help with that. This is what I do personally. Every time I see an objective, red, blue, towers, my tower, Baron, Dragon, anything, I always think, am I safe where I am? Is it safe to contest? Is it safe to defend? Reasonably safe, right? So if you're gonna lose the game if they get Baron, you might as well fight it, right? But if it's like 1v5 and you're like half health and you have no vision, maybe consider just pushing out waves so they can't Baron empower them, right? So like mid tower for solo queue, I'm gonna say this right now. The money from towers does not matter as much as most people think it does, right? The money from towers does not matter as most people think it does, because the reason why is that in solo queue, people will die in the dumbest ways. They'll get hooked, they'll like get cut out warding, right? And that 500 gold is not going to do anything for them, right? If you think about it, that 500 gold, like 1,000 gold, like even 1,000 gold, they have half an item on someone and they get hit by like a hook or something. It's just they just played it wrong, right? The item difference does not matter as much as people think it does in solo queue. What matters is not making mistakes like this. If the enemy team makes a mistake like this and they're ahead in money, they just threw the game, right? Or whatever. So I always tell people, don't worry about taking these towers. If you want to take towers, think about like the map control it'll give you, rather than I need this to complete this item. That's not it's not the correct way of thinking, if that makes any sense. You always want to think about take the tower if it's free, or if you really need to force this tower, what does it give you? Because like if you take bot tower, bot and hit tower, that's like super important, right? Is it worth 3 people dying for that? Maybe it is, so you do it, but most of the time it's not. When people in solo queue say, yo, we need to get towers, we're down like 0 to 5, mute those people. They don't know what they're talking about. Because if you try and force a tower like a siege, you're just gonna lose the game, right? If you, for example, do you watch LCS? So did you watch Team Liquid versus E United yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Well, the example I was using is in their first game, they try to force down second tier tower up in this corner, right? And they try to force it, like brute force. Like they had Kaylin, they're like, all right, let's siege. And they lost everyone, didn't get anything, and they lost Baron and they lost the game because of it. Right? 100%.
Okay.
Like, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. They did not need that tower to win the game. So they were just being super greedy for no reason. So this is being, in my opinion, this is being super greedy for no reason. You don't need that tower. You don't need that tower. You want to get that tower if you win a fight. And you win a fight by not throwing, right? You win a fight by having high value abilities and not throwing, not getting caught, right? So that's how you get objectives. It's very rare in solo queue that you can outmaneuver or brute force objectives like this without getting punished, because someone on your team will always make a mistake, right? Like he throws a hook and you're like, dude, you should have win walled, but you can't trust him to win wall, right? Does that make sense? So yeah, be very careful when it comes to anything objective related. So this fight is like whatever. Like the result is unfortunate, but that's just what happens. This is the same thing, right? What could go wrong here? If they catch you here, they get Baron, right? So be very careful. If you think this is free, if you can reason it out and say this, I can take this like with no risk or low risk, and this is why, then go for it, right? Because that's how you learn. Like you get it and you're like, okay, I was right, or you don't get it and you're like, all right, so this is what went wrong, right? So so that was like, if this was safe, that was good, right? So the whole idea behind AD carry is applying pressure and not dying. If you die, you have 0 pressure in the game, right? You have to be very scared of say Lucian has 6 items and he has 200 health, and one of his items is a bloodthirster. You have to be scared of him coming in back into the fight, right? But if he's dead, then it's just like, oh yeah, they have no Lucian, let's just go. So that's why staying alive is super important. Right? Like Ashe has 50 health, she still has arrow. That's a huge threat. Still on the other team, stuff like that. So that's why not dying is super important. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, you see 2 top, you force a fight. This is good. There's no way you guys should lose this because you have numbers advantage, right? That's one of the easiest ways to win fights in solo queue. Other team does something stupid like this, and you win, right? So the whole goal behind solo queue is let them do stupid shit like this, because at every single rank, this will always happen. This stuff will always happen. So as long as you make 0 of those mistakes, you should naturally win, right? You should always have a net positive for your team, and you'll win more games than the opponent, right? So like that gives you dragon, gives you money. You gotta be scared of them doing Baron, but it'll be okay. So when I see this, I think you should path mid to stop this push.
Okay.
They're just taking your tower. It's like whatever. People are like trying to back and whatever, but it's not the end of the world, right? These towers, remember, the towers matter because of map control and not because of money, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is like face check. This is I think you know what went wrong here, but this is just face checking, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get them to come to me because I know they're kind of split up, and I know there's not like, I know Twitch isn't there, and I'm planning to try and play around Twitch and Zed this entire game.
So you guys should lose this fight 100% because of the beginning of that, right? Unless something insane happens, like Yasuo gets Mega Flare or some stupid shit, and you never want to rely on that. Okay, let's back it up. So whenever you want to bait fights like this, I'm not going to say never go for it. What I'm going to say is that if you ever try and make a big play like this, you should have everything planned for in your head, right? Like for example, if this Zed is faker, would you do this?
Probably not.
You have to assume that they're like the most perfect player ever, right? You need to be able to like whenever you do anything in League, you always want the success rate to be very consistent. So like 90% is gonna work. 90%, 100% of the time. That's ideal, right? So whenever you do this, like what if they weren't here? What if they were on Baron? Or what if they all come from this bush immediately? What if they hop over the wall, right? There's so many things from my perspective that could go wrong here. I would never do this. Unless I knew like Zed was 20% health and Nid was like 10% health. My plan is, all right, auto flash E, auto Zed, and then like Q the Nid and then kill her, right? So that would be like an example of a plan. But if everyone's like full health, everything's up, I just like have no idea how you're supposed to win this. What you want to do is have like fights where there's low variance as Last Shadow. You know Last Shadow?
Mm-hmm.
Last Shadow loves this word. He loves the word variance, right? He wants like every time you make a play, it must be low variance. What he means by that is every time a fight happens, you want to guarantee victory every time. Like if these 10 players are put in a custom sandbox mode, and then you're like, and Riot says play this fight 100 times, what is the outcome? No one freaking knows, right? Because it's very dependent on like how other people like you put in this situation. How many times are you gonna win this fight, or how many times are you gonna lose this fight? That's what high variance is. Low variance is, for example, you know that Thresh is going to throw a hook at you, so you dodge it and you kill the AD carry. That's low variance because every time he throws that hook, you're going to dodge it with your E. That's why you should always go for fights like that and never for fights where you don't know what's going to happen. You always want to know what's going to happen. Nothing should ever take you by surprise, if that makes sense. Like, theoretically, it shouldn't, but in all honesty, no matter how much you play this game, something will take you by surprise. Like Wukong clones in, flash ults, all right, sure, like shit like that. But once you play against that 100 times, you're like no, see it's coming, right? Or you will expect it to come. So be very careful, or rather, don't go for plays where there's high variance. You always want to know exactly what's gonna happen. What are my exact inputs? So if you say, the instant I see someone, I'm a dash and flash, that's a good plan because 0% you die. But it's a bad plan on the flip side because you get nothing out of it. You know it's it's a low variance because you'll be safe 100% of the time, right? If you dash and then flash, the instant you see someone, 100% of the time you'll be safe. But what did you gain from it? You didn't gain anything. So you should make your plans based on how consistent is it and is it worth, right? So this is just super dangerous. Honestly, like you can always say stuff like, Ivan should have like friggin' rooted him and then we could have killed him. You just can't depend on stuff like that, because half the time he'll miss, half the time he'll hit. You just have no idea. And do you even have the damage to kill this guy? I have no idea. So keep that in mind. After anything bad happens, you should always try and run away. And what I mean by like something bad is, your Malphite whiffs his ult, or everyone takes half their health from a Rumble ult. You just spam ping back because you can't win, right? You can't win unless something insane happens. So I don't know. The only way I see you guys winning this is this friggin' Daisy knocks up all of them and Yasuo gets an ult. Like I that's the only way. I have no idea, right? So that's good. It's good that you backping. It's good that you recognize that this is a lost cause, right? So if this guy dies, don't die with him. This went surprisingly well.
Yeah, it really does.
Because they friggin' like dived or some shit. I don't fucking know. Wait, what the hell? Here, okay. Always, I don't know. Even though the result is not bad, you can't look at the result, right? You have to look at, is it good in theory? And so, in theory, they kill this guy, they ban, you guys can't do anything because you have to heal, right? So, in theory, not good. But in practice, like, pretty much play safer than you normally would, and work on the combos, if that makes any sense. There's no way that dive was like, this is a high variance dive, right? Like we were talking about. After they kill this guy, okay, guaranteed. Okay, now what happens? No one has any idea. So. Are you safe here? Okay, you gotta push this out and run because there's Zed and Twitch are coming for you right now.
Yeah, there should be an Italy too.
Yeah, I don't know if you can even. Okay, when you see that, you gotta run because you can't clear the range and the cannon. Oh Jesus! Oh wow! Alrighty then. So like I said, I get triggered every time I see an objective. I see a tower. Do you want to defend this or not? See a Vlad. How do you engage? You can't engage, so you don't defend this, right? That's my thoughts. Right. If you're in a Yasuo, how do you win this? Okay, this Zed kills himself. I mean, I guess there's one way. Wow, it almost went badly, 4v5. But yeah. They're gonna run. I don't know. This is gonna be a hard game because your comp is like awful, but that's not really your fault.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
You can only do your best pretty much in solo queue.
Yeah, at this point I'm trying to figure out a way to do it because I'm like we need Yasuo and Fjord to somehow miraculously dive Twitch.
Yeah.
And just kill him before like anybody dies.
Yeah, the way I think about it is if my team comp is awful, I'm just like, I mean like yeah, it's whatever, it's solo queue, but I will try and like work on what I'm improving. What I do is and what I teach people is if you want to get better, if you want to climb ranks, everyone wants to climb ranks. If you want to climb ranks, you should focus on improving every game instead of climbing. Because if you focus on just like winning, you'll always get mad at your teammates and be like, dude, this guy threw because he got caught at the end. It's not like you don't really improve. The way you improve is if you focus on one little specific thing every game until that thing gets better. And then you work on the next thing, right? So if you keep doing that, then all of a sudden you'll be better than everyone else in your games, and you'll naturally win because you're better, right? So after we're done watching this, I'm gonna recommend what I think you should work on for your next little thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, they should just Baron here. I don't know what they're doing, but this is the correct play, right? Run with your team, don't get caught. Watch out for the flanks, right? This is the basic, right? Your build is good. Okay, when I see this, no way to win, right? So everyone just runs. Jesus, why did he stay? Oh no!
Yeah, it doesn't go well.
Even though even though your Fury made a huge mistake, their Zed made a huge mistake too, right? You can kill this guy. So I don't know. Teaching Lucian is just super hard because all I'm gonna tell you is you should have done the combo correctly, right? So here it's W auto E auto Q auto, right? Okay, this is a good ult. This is really good ult. This is how you win, but I don't think you can win because it's a 45 already.
Yeah, we've already lost it so hard. Our team comp is already not that great.
At the very least, you're not dying. And I like that a lot because most AD carries will die trying to do damage. The problem with the Lucian is that he's just super hard to play. In my opinion, at least. I just think this champion is just god impossible. Okay. Might want to also buy pink wards too. You want at least one on the map at all times. Every AD carry, every challenger, Korean challenger, NA challenger, whatever challenger, always has at least one ward on the map, pink ward. And if it's in bad spot, you should move it. But, do you know anything about ward placements?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then you should know where to put them, right? If you want mid control, these mid bushes are great. Baron, this bush over here is good. I see everyone warded all the time. This bush is good too because you can make sure that they're not coming into you, stuff like that. So always try and have one on the map at the same time. Okay. Okay, I think you can kill this guy.
So do I.
Okay, I know what went wrong. Okay, so if I want to back it up, the best thing to do, this is a secret that most Lucian players don't want you to know. The most consistent way to win on Lucian, in terms of a fight, is you walk up to them and auto attack without using any abilities, or you use your W first and auto attack, right? Because you always want to save your E. You always want to save your E. Your E is very important. So if you use your E first, I already know that it's probably not going to work, or there's a high chance it won't work. If you walk up to him, you can always chase him afterwards, right? So if you walk in this diagonal line, and he tries to run, he can't because he gets hit, right? So it's just like now there's no chance because his team is already here. It took way too long. Right, so this is not worth it. You guys had to kill him for free or it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And if you had played that better, you would have died, I think. So when I see this, you should think to yourself, if he ults me, I have Karma Shield, and as long as I dodge the shurikens, I win 100%. 100%. 10 times out of 10 times, you dodge those shurikens after your ults, you cannot die. And even if he hits you, you have karma shield. I'm pretty sure you still win. So once you figure that part out, right? This is the hard part about League, is thinking about this stuff. Once you figure that part out, is you need to chase him, because now you know he can't ult you. It's tic-tac-toe. He loses if he ults you. So now you think, how do I prevent him from using his escape, and I don't use my E, right? So one thing you can do is just walk along this diagonal, because he can't get away, right? Or if he does get away, you should you need to blade the Ruin King him, no matter what. You need to blade the Ruin King him. You need to slow him, or you need to blade the Ruin King him. So here you can, if you really wanted to dash first, you blade. Otherwise, you gotta walk up to him. Save your E. Save your E. The E is super important, right? So do you mainly play Lucian, by the way?
Not mainly. I've really only picked him up recently just because he seems to be in a lot better spot.
Yeah.
Recently it's been a lot of Ezreal and Caitlyn and Ashe mixed in between.
Man, you love those super hard AD carries, minus the Ashe. All right. So yeah, honestly, you didn't do that bad, but it's not bad for Platinum 1, right? But the thing is, with not bad, is that it's average, and on average, the average is 50-50, right? So stuck, right? That's what we like to call elo hell. So what you need to do is be better than average. Are you like a better than average Lucian player, right? Or are you a better average Ezreal player or Ashe player or whatever? That's why I always suggest playing easy stuff. But if you want to talk about what we should work on here, it's interesting because it's not bad all around, but nothing's super good either, right? You're like an all-arounder, if that makes sense, from what I saw. So one thing you can do to clean up your game is work on the combos. You should know exactly how you want to do your abilities. Okay, actually, let me see if I can just load up a training ground real quick. Okay, so this is, if you, at the very minimum, you need to, if you want to play Lucian, from here on out, you need to work on the combos. Okay, so let's pick Lucian real quick. You can see this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So pick blue or whatever. Anyways, this is, at the very minimum, you should just go into a custom until you can do stuff like this, right? What I'm about to show you. Every time. And anything else should be, like low value E, low value Q, low value W, low value ult should only be used when you've won the fight no matter what happens. Oh wow, this might be laggy. Let me know if it's laggy, alright?
Okay.
Because if it is, I'll just pull up the double lift thing. Okay, let's we can, what is this? Level up really quick. And just add some money. Let's just take the standard build of this. We can take tabbies or whatever. What is there? We'll just take like a attack speed item. I think we'll be good to go. Alright, cool.
Okay.
So let's take out some dummies. Is it good? Does it look good?
Yeah.
Oh, this is annoying. I do not want that to be there the whole time. Let's move over here. Teleport the cursor. And throw the dummy. Spawn enemy dummy. Spawn 2 of them. Alright, so here are the combos I was talking about. Right. I know you've already seen these, but it's very important that you should be able to do these in game without thinking about it, right? So maximum damage is something like, oh wow, need to throw this on, right? Or actually, let me refresh this. Put on this. You want to get your passive first, right? So throw a W. So what I was talking about is that, right? So what happened, right, was you're using a Q after you're using your auto attacks. You're auto attack canceling your Q. This is super important, right? So like that, right? When you're auto attacking, you need to be able to Q at the same time. If you don't do that, you're losing a lot of damage, and that damage is a huge difference because Lucian only has damage. That's why I hate champions like that most of the time. It's just like you need to be able to figure out how to push out as much damage as possible. So like that, right? So you know about the short hop, right?
Yeah, shortening your E.
Yeah, shorten your E. You need to be able to when a lot of times when these fights happened, it was just using your ability in the correct order, if that makes any sense, right? So if this is the Z, you dash in first. It's not as good as walking up to him. Oh wow, let me refresh this. It's not as good as walking up, right? Because then you can E afterwards and stuff like that. Pretty much practice these the biggest thing you should practice is throwing out your Q while you're auto attacking, like that, right?
Okay.
Throw out the Q while auto attacking. That's like super important because you can auto cancel Q, but a lot of the times when I watched, it was you would always like Q first, and that's like it seems like it's good value, but because of the way Lucian works and has so many auto cancels, it's not good value actually. You need to auto Q, auto. That's good value. That's maximum value. That's the best you can have because you fit in 3 auto attacks in a Q. But if you just Q, auto, it's just like too slow, if that makes any sense. You need to throw out Qs in the middle of auto attacking, right? And then learn the short hop too. Pretty much everything's got to be auto canceled. Everything on Lucian. That's why whenever whenever there are Riven mains, right? The best Riven mains that are at the top of the challenger are the ones that do all these stupid ass like auto cancels and TM. Dude, I don't even know what they do, right? But you've seen montages of it on Reddit and like YouTube or whatever. They're like gods. It just doesn't make sense. Like no one knows how to do that. And the reason why the lower rank Rivens are losing is because they can't do any of that. Because Riven, that's what makes a good Riven. So what makes a good Lucian is he's able to do all of this without thinking. Right? Like I can do all this, and I hate this champion because it's just too hard. But you should go into customs and practice until you can get it like 10 times out of 10 times, like 10 times in a row. So that's the bare minimum to play Lucian, in my opinion.
Okay.
Beyond don't miss your ult, right? That's an obvious thing. Beyond that, that's the bare minimum for mechanics. So the second thing I think for the thing you should work on in game, like thinking wise, that's not mechanics. Is I want you to be very careful when you're at objectives. I know you only died once to this stuff, but be very careful every time you see a tower, or because that one time is like enough. You just need to prevent that one big throw. Every time you see a tower, every time you see an objective, dragon, baron, buffs, whatever, make sure that you cannot die. And then once you can do that, once you have not thrown in like 30 games, well, not 30 games, but like 10 games or 5 games or however much you're deciding it by, you should work on making sure you're not dying to anyone who's missing on the map. Those are the 2 big things that I saw in this game, besides mechanics, right? Because a lot of the times it was just like they just like Thresh brought his butt buddy, and then they came to smack you, right? That's the only thing you were really losing to. Like you were holding your own in these fights, right? Even though the mechanics may not have been the best, it was like almost good enough to like stave them off or like win or whatever. You didn't lose straight up because of mechanics. It was more of you didn't know they were coming for you, or it wasn't safe when they came for you. Like the whole face checking into this topside bush thing here. Or Thresh and Twitch came out and burned your flash earlier. If they can come for you, they are coming for you. You have to think that way. If you don't know where they are on the map, and you don't know at what time they went missing, you have to assume they're in that bush next to you. That is one of the most common ways people die, is to ganks or unexpected numbers advantage, right? I think if you manage those 3 things, your Lucian play will see like a lot of improvement. But if you want to just be like, yo, maybe Lucian, maybe you're playing something else and it's not Lucian, work on the other 2 for sure, right? Because obviously you can't do Lucian mechanics on like Ashe or something. Make sure every time you see an objective, defending, attacking, is it safe where I am? What can go wrong? What's the worst case possible? And look at your map for the 3rd thing. If you don't know where they are, assume they're coming for you, right? And if you need help with like the whole map awareness thing, if you need to work on the map awareness thing first instead of the can they come for me, practice looking at the map between every CS. Right before you last hit it, you right click for the last hit, you glance at the map. That's what I did, and then until my map awareness improved. What I would suggest is working on one thing at a time. So back when I was trying to improve, I tried to do like 3 things at a time, right? I would try and do like, all right, I'm gonna work on lane during lane, and then I'm gonna work on ward control, so make sure my pinks are good, and then I'm also work on team fights where I never die. You're never gonna improve that way. It's too many things. Even though it's at different parts of the game, at different times of the game, it is not feasible for like 90% of people, or I don't even know what the statistic is, but for the most people, that's not the best way to improve. You should work on one little thing at the same time. So what I'm doing is today, or actually yesterday, I was focusing on not dying to gank in lane the whole game. That was it. That was my one focus. That was my one focus for the whole day, right? Because I did this because I died to ganks like nonstop for like 3 days in a row, and I was like, all right, we need to fix this. This is actually getting ridiculous. That's actually where I learned where trading super hard against an all-in lane when you want to push them in all the time is bad because the jungler comes to kill you. I died to that 3 times in a row, and I was like, I understand now. So once I worked on this, I work on something else. Like the other day, I was working on, okay, notice when they want a last-hit minion and ask yourself if you can hit them. That was like one thing I was working on. The whole game, that one specific thing. They're looking at my minion. They want to kill my minion. Can I punish them for that, right? The day after that, it was, I want to hit their minion. Can they punish me for that, right? Don't try and work on multiple things at the same time. One thing at a time. So if you want to say, all right, you want to play like stuff other than Lucian, don't worry about the Lucian mechanics then. Focus on the objective thing until you never die at objectives. Defending a tower, attacking a tower, Baron, Dragon. Never die no matter what. That's good. Then the other thing you should work on is looking at your map every 2 seconds. If you can do that already, like looking at your map and know like who's missing on the map, you like press tab and you're like, all right, these guys are missing. Then say, all right, if they come for me right now from that bush, am I a dead man? And you can judge that by saying my teammates are nearby, I should be okay. Or we have a man advantage, so if they gank us, we counter gank, something like that. But if you don't have something like that, you gotta run. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you wanna recap anything, or do you wanna ask any theoretical questions? We can cover more stuff.
Let's see. Actually, as a personal question, what do you think of the Korean Ash thing? Because I've tried it, and sometimes it's just like, like I'd rather just be just the normal Critty Ash, but...
Wait, say that again? What was it?
The Bork Black Cleaver Rance Ash.
Oh, yeah. What about?
How do you feel about it? Is it the way to go, or...?
It is 100% the way to go. All right, so the way I think about it is every time I built Essence Reaver, Infinity Edge first, and then or BF Runons or whatever shit, if you miss arrow, the game is lost. Every time I played Ashe, that's how I felt. Because arrow is the only thing you're good for. Let's be honest, you don't play Ashe for the damage. Unless they kill themselves, then you kill them, right? You don't play Ashe for the damage. You play Ashe because you hit them with the arrow, they die, 4v5, you win automatically. Or catch someone out, they die, 4v5, win automatically. That's it, right? That's why people are picking Ashe. It's because your arrow can have insane value. But with the Bork Cleaver build, your arrow is still the same, right? Who cares about that 20% cooldown? That's honestly not going to make a difference. You shouldn't be missing any of them anyways. So you don't want to have more arrows. You just want you want accurate arrows, right? The Bork build first it actually gives you options to do damage, right? So say you miss arrow, you're not entirely useless because you can chase down people with Blade of the Ruin King. You do more damage out of one item power spike, right? It's just all around better than Essence Reaver first item, minus the cooldown or whatever. And sure, your volley damage is 20 less, but that doesn't matter, right? The mana thing shouldn't matter because all you're doing is not spamming volley and throwing arrows. So that's why everyone's building Blade of the Ruin King first, is because you're just as useful as Essence Reaver Ashe, and then you add more usefulness because you can actually, try and do damage and slow people down and stuff, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's almost no con and all the benefits, right? The real con is that the crit build scales super hard. 3 items, 4 items, 5 items do so much better than Blade of the Ruin King, but you're still freaking useless for the first half of the game, and that's not a good thing to be as an AD carry. You want to be anything but useless. So.
Okay. All right.
Anything
Let's see.
else?
That's what I'm trying to think of. Not really. I think it's mostly. I actually play like all this week trying to actually find like a decent game because like every single game is either I win or it's like okay they're at our nexus at like 15 minutes because everyone just got face rolled. So
I know what you mean.
it's like okay I don't know what to do here.
Try if you want. Try and honestly, I would suggest playing something easier. And it's not like because you don't have the mechanics or you're not smart enough or whatever. It's just that these champions are inherently difficult, right? So like if you were coaching a bronze player and he only played Yasuo mid, you'd be like, dude, why the fuck are you playing Yasuo, right?
Right.
So that's my reaction. Like, Caitlyn is like impossible. Ezreal, Lucian, those champions are super hard to play correctly. So I always suggest like the Varus, the Ashe, all that other stuff. So if you want, like maybe consider that as a thing.
Yeah, no, I usually actually really enjoy playing as for the most part. Bears I kind of stopped after the nerfs to him hit him pretty hard, but
True.
the Bork Belt is usually pretty fine.
Yeah.
I just haven't really played too much in ranked. Usually that's in normals I'm messing around because I kind of like playing Bears, but I don't feel like it's super strong and like it doesn't feel like I can carry a game very often on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I usually don't wind up playing him in ranked at all.
Fair. Honestly, a lot of it is also has to do with like how much do you enjoy this champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like do you win with this champion, right? So that's honestly like as long as you can satisfy those two things, then pick like the easiest out of the champions left. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah. If you have no more questions, I'm feel free to use me as a resource. You have like a 30-second play you want to ask me about, or you have any general questions, hit me up on Discord. I'm always down to answer.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Are you good with me uploading this to YouTube?
Sure.
Okay. Cool. Then I think that concludes this session. But yeah, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. I'm always on Discord. So.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you.
Yep. No problem. And have a good one.
All right. You too.